Greetings and welcome to episode 118 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Great Britain campaign. This, my friends, is how we left it last time, where we are engaged in battle once again with the Poles, and this time we're engaging this quite powerful Polish force here, as you can see here, just outside Munich. It looks like they're trying to cross and possibly besiege the city, or at least try and bypass it, but we have an opportunity here to do some damage to a very powerful Polish army, because look at the amount of artillery and fire support they have. Huge amount here. They're up against our own very powerful force here. This army took the city and has been garrisoning the city for a number of years. As you can see, very experienced here. We've got our own plenty of cuirassiers, good fire support, not a lot of fire support, but the howitzers really can do a wonderful job. We've also backed up here, we brought in a reserve army specifically for such an occasion. Now, as you can see here, a lot of Jaeger. We've got some Reich scouts as well. Ideally, this army should probably be in the city and this one outside it. But for this particular instance, we're going to be fighting in the open anyway. So I don't think that's going to really be too much of a problem. But what we will do here is we'll just get ourselves organised here in terms of what's coming into the field first. I think we'll definitely have our line infantry coming in first. Because we really are absolutely knee-deep, my friends, here in the war with the Poles. As you can see here, up in the north, they've got another very powerful army here, just sort of threatening on the front here, on this front here. We've got plenty of forces to deal with that. This army here defeated a Polish force who was in the port here, but it really does need to be replenished. The fighting there is absolutely brutal. It really was. And you can just see up here, very far north here, we've got 3 Polish armies here that have taken a real thrashing. They've had to be pulled back. So we have managed to clear down our lines in the north, but at great cost, both militarily but also production-wise here. As you can see, we've got most of these buildings here have been raided by the Poles. We've got to deal with this force here, which we will do. Then we've pretty much cleared that sort of first initial assault by the Poles. They sent in a number of forces just along the coast here, trying to move in against Amsterdam. We managed to seal that breach, but as you can see here, this is just a small amount of what the Poles have available to them. They have a vast amount of troops available. This is honestly, this would be equivalent of a handful of troops for the Poles. Inside and outside Warsaw, they have dozens of army groups, not just single armies, army groups. But we have managed to clear, for the best part, apart from Venice, we've managed to clear Italy, and we've also now pushed into the Balkans. So let's hope that might draw some of these forces away, but we are in a titanic battle, my friends, I kid you not. This is going to be one of the toughest fights we've ever had, because our numbers don't match the Poles, nor are they likely to for a while, but our quality is immense, it really is. But let's focus on the fight here. So, as I was saying, I think then we'll bring in the Jaeger. I'll bring in the sharpshooters here. Then we'll bring in the Jaeger. I mean, the fire support on this army is exceptional, but for this particular instance, I think it's probably best this army does the majority of the work here, because we've got some grenadiers. And we've also got the Royal Irish Regiment here. This army's been with us for a long time, because it's still got a number of regiments. So this army's been with us almost from the beginning. So that is an absolute wonder. Now, I think we're going to take this fight, and if we can at least maul a real powerful Polish force here and send it packing. And we can probably hopefully get a grip of this situation down here in the south as well. But let's begin. Take this fight, my friends. My goodness me, what a battle this has been with the Poles, and the battle still to come is going to be huge. We've also got the Spanish sort of on the ropes as well, but our main goal was Italy. Clearing Italy. We just got Venice. We just need to take Venice. If we can take Venice, we've cleared the entirety of Italy. We also have destroyed those Saxony rebels from last time. And we've also been able to move 2 very powerful army groups into the Balkans, hoping to draw forces down from sort of the south, as you can see there, into the north. At least taking the fight to them. But let's have a look what's going on here, my friends. So we know now. Actually, we are fighting in the city. That's absolutely fine here, but there's a deployment zone here. Oh my goodness me, look at the size of that deployment zone. It's extraordinary. And they've got this hill up here as well, but that's a huge deployment zone. Now, I didn't think we'd be fighting in the city, but I stand corrected, my friends. We do indeed. Let's put our general back here, General Mel the Greek. one of our oldest generals. And we'll just pull these gentlemen just to hear the moment. The cuirassiers here, gentlemen. Let's just look lively here. Let's bring them back into more of a coherent front. Thank you. Now, quick climb is not going to give us that much of a coverage here until they get to this. We might just push them forward a little bit. Let's just move our cavalry out of the way here. Let's move these gentlemen a little bit far forward here. But we are susceptible to counterfire here, so we've got to be careful. Now we've got the cuirassiers. They will definitely be launching their attacks from outside. We've got enough men here to cover this, and we've got reinforcements, which the Poles don't have. But that's not to say this is not going to be a very tough fight for us indeed. Now, gentlemen, thank you. Look at that. That is an absolute wonder. Now, let's get all our troops on the parade ground here, so we know what we've got available. We've got some fantastic troops. We might even send some troops out to take the fight to the Poles here. Perhaps using our grenadiers to take the fight to them. So these are all our elite troops in inverted commas. Let's do the general back here a second. We've got the Royal Irish as well, but I think we can set up defences now. Our defences should be quite strong here. I believe everything is at full strength here. So this fort has not been attacked at all in the past. Or has it? No, it hasn't. So it's at full strength. So, but we've got to be careful here because they will target the walls without a shadow of a doubt. Let's put our line infantry on one side here so we can make a proper plan here. Get them on the parade ground here, gentlemen. And I've got the Royal Irish here, which I think we'll probably keep. Let's put the Royal Irish here. 125th. I think we've got more than enough in terms of line infantry to defend without having to pull in the grenadiers, but let's just see first. Anybody else we've missed? Aha, indeed. So I think we might just keep the Royal Irish here as well, just so we've got the enough to defend here. We don't want to be caught short. That's the Royal Irish. Look at that, Royal Irish Regiment. What a beautiful sight. Look at that. Now, as you can see, we're set now fair. We've also got the Grenadiers here now. We've got, look at the Royal Highland Grenadiers. Look at that with the kilts. Wonderful, sir. So we might send these gentlemen out to attack the Poles and put them on the back foot a little bit, I think. Let's set our defences up first. We'll put the Royal Irish Regiment in the vanguard of the defence here, right in the front here. Look at that. Then we'll make sure, let's put the 129th on this flank. We'll make sure they're using... Wait a minute. What the blazes are you doing there? We almost missed them. They'd have been caught in the open. So we've got another regiment here as well. Even better. Our defences are absolutely rock solid here. We'll use the 29th Regiment on the left here. Just so we can cover these guns here, so they can use these guns to fire. That's a wonder. Now, this is covered here, which is excellent. Now, let's set them up another regiment here, which is the 125th. Just have another regiment here as well, always covering the bridges because they can tend to come along here sometimes. 34th Regiment, I beg your pardon. Let's just set them up here a bit, that's more like it. 156th. th Regiment, and last but by no means least, the 157th. Now we can of course move, if they try to move behind us here, we can move into position. Now the choice here we need to make, we've got Clone Line Infantry here. Why have we got Clone Line Infantry here? We might keep these gentlemen then in reserve, I think. Here, just in case something untoward happens. So we've got enough defences. Actually, what we will do, we won't move them up just yet. We'll see what happens first. But we've got a good solid defence now. the semicircle of defence. We could put them up here, right? We could put them up here, couldn't we? Because they can move around here then. We can always move them along if need be. Now, do we send out all 4 of these Grenadier regiments here to take the fight to them? Remember, they've got that absolute monstrous amount of artillery. But we could move... Where's the demarcation line? If it's all the way back here, there it is. Oh, that's perfect. We might just march them all the way around here, actually. So I think we're going to take the fight to the Poles here. We're not going to sit on our laurels here and let them just roll over us. We'll take the fight to them. So let's just... Because we'll march them out of the range here, and we'll use the cavalry as a shield if need be. More grenadiers. We've got to send a message to the Poles. They can't just do as they wish. So 4 Grenadier regiments ready to strike. They are protected by this anyway, at least. And we got cavalry, so that's a very strong strike force here we're using. Strong defence. Very well strong defence here. Look at that, that's a wonder. Now, let's begin, my friends. Let's begin. Quick line. Let's begin. Yes, excellent. Look at that. Good grief. Look at the artillery they've got. That is extraordinary. Oh, that is a wonderful sight, sir. Good grief. Stay strong, lads. Stay strong. They didn't expect these to be here, do they? Double time, lads, double time. We could hit the flanks here and absolutely decimate them, but we'll just... Let's roll up this. This regiment here is going to take an absolute fierce beating here. My goodness me. Go 74. Get down, General. Get down. What did they expect? Up against Grenadiers. What did they expect? They've left it completely open here. They've done more damage to their own troops. Get down there, lads. Get down there. That's why we pulled them out. Good grief, that was close. That's a beautiful shot. Oh dear. Come on, break them now, lads. Get in there. We've got them. We're going to roll them up. Look at that. This cavalry's done a wonderful job here. into them, lads. Get in there. If they want to fight, then we'll oblige. We will oblige. Oh, for goodness sake, gentlemen, don't just stroll. Move. Push them back, push them back. Nope, nope, nope. God, that was a wow. That was a close call. The blazes is going on here. Got the general. He's gone. Look lively, lads. Look lively. Get in there. Get in there. Deal with these while they're on the ground. Oh, we've done it. That was a good fight. That was a really good fight for us, that was. We gave them a real thrashing there, look at that. Lost 539, but look at that, 1,419. Royal Irish Regiment did a wonderful job there. Putting them right in the vanguard of the defence there, paid off very well for us. Yeah, they've gone, they've had enough. Who else will they send now? They've tried to break through here quite a number of times. But we've got to be careful. Excuse me, my friends, quick beverage. Water. But look at the grouping they got here as well. And here, if they put all these armies together, they would have a formidable force. Just let that go for the moment. Don't mind that. Look at that there. That army group there. I would not be surprised if they're moving down into the city here to try and... Yeah, here they come. Here they come. No, they're not. But that's giving us a chance to move us. We might be able to move this force down into here and leave this one behind here to reinforce this city here, because it looks like they're going to try and hit the city here if they can. Russia's pulling back here, but they've got a lot of troops there. In Ankara. We are at war with Russia, of course. Excuse me, my friends. We're at war with Russia. So they are beginning to move forces perhaps down the coastal road here. Be very careful there. We've got Sweden, who have been an erstwhile ally. They've been an excellent ally, Sweden, they really have. They've kept the Russians at bay. And also perhaps just kept the Polish at arm's length as well to some degree, but mainly keeping Russia busy. Which is what we want. As you can see down here, look at the size of Russia. It is just vast. Between Poland and Russia, you're talking a vast empire here, but I'm not sure if Moscow has fallen to the Swedes here. I think it has. The United States, another good ally of ours, really good ally. Looks like they're pushing in now against Quebec. And Spain as well. Got a Looks like they're going to really send troops, a lot of troops up now to Quebec. Oh, look at that. Are they just taken Boston? Don't tell me Quebec's just taken Boston. Let's just quick look at that there. It has. Boston has fallen. I hope the Americans don't fall. I really hope they don't. Because it looks like, yeah, it looks like they're really up against it here, the United States at the moment. But they've lost Boston. That's a huge loss there, because the main production center. If we lose, oh, mind you, we've got nothing coming into them anyway. But look at that, 136,000. Mind, that's gone down quite a bit there, because the Mughal Empire has been blockaded, and also the United States has been sealed off from us as well. Oh, that's a real shame. Let's quickly look at what's gone on here in Boston in just 2 seconds. Well, that's not much there. That should be dealt with. They should be able to deal with that quite well here.
Fleet ready.
Let's just quickly see what's going on around here as well, shall we?
Heave away, boys. Heave away.
Just keep an eye on what's going on in one of our allies. If we need to help them, we will.
Ship's orders. Set sail.
That is a lot of forces. My goodness me, Quebec is so strong. I hadn't realised how strong Quebec is. We've got to help the American. They've got the good Republican guards here, but I think we're going to help the US. I think we're going to send them some money. I'm going to send them 10,000 gold, because he'll give us 126,000. I think we need to help them out here. I know this seems quite a lot, but we've got to help them out. We've got to keep. We need the US to stay strong here, because getting tangled up in this morass here. Because look at Louisiana. They've captured all of the southern states here. So we've got, oh my goodness me, if the US falls, we're going to have to possibly have to enter the war. Look, they've even got Newfoundland as well. My goodness me, what's Louisiana's position in terms of they're at war with the United States as well? Oh my gosh, the US is going to get crushed by two very powerful enemies if we're not careful. We've got to back them up somehow. We can't get involved directly because we're up to our eyeballs at the moment with Poland, but right, I think first things first is we need to, we're pretty much surrounded here, aren't we? The amount of forces the Poles are throwing at us here is extraordinary. What's this army like here? Not too bad. What about these here? Yeah, a lot of these forces are very good armies indeed. None of these are sort of scraping the barrel at all. Lots of cavalry as well. Look at that charge. Good grief, it's humongous. Right. I think we're going to have to send down a force here. So let's get this army replenished as best we can before it's besieged at least. We've got 124, we've got 14,000 coming in. How's this army looking here? Why is it not being replenished at all? Because I've let the ball, took my eye off the ball there a bit, haven't I? I think we might have to move some of these forces. This one here.
Yes, my lord. Forward!
We do need more artillery here, don't we? Yeah, thankfully it's coming that way. And how much do we have in terms of cavalry? We've got more than enough cavalry. There's 4 cavalry, so we need more line infantry. So I have 2 more here. We need 3 more line infantry. Excellent. We've still got a decent bank of money here as well. We've got these gentlemen trapped here. We haven't. We've pretty much got our I've got our main seaboard secured here. I'll just keep me checking what's going on here. We don't want to. We're not going to, because Warsaw is just huge. We won't replenish, repair anything here at all yet. We've got to keep these armies intact, but this should have been set ready to go a long time ago. We need this army at full strength. Also, how's this army doing here? Why is it not at full strength? What the blazes is going on? Oh, it is at full strength. Excellent. Now we can... I wonder if we use it now to take this army out here. Yes, I think we might do that. Not yet, but I think we'll use it to engage this army here. What are we missing? 2 more regiments here, so... I'd like to get those 2 regiments up and running if possible. Our nearest main production centre here is Amsterdam. We're going to be leaning on Amsterdam quite a bit at the moment. Can we get out here as well? We can indeed. Excellent. So we can probably cancel this one here. This army's been really soundly thrashed here, but look at the armies they've got. Look at that. Guard Grenadiers. Winged Hussars. My goodness me. We're up against it here. Against a very powerful enemy indeed. And this is... I mean, look at the size of the Polish Empire. But then you've got the huge... Mind you, look at this. Sweden started to dip in here. Starting to take the fringes of the Russian Empire. But look at the size of the Russian Empire. This extends all the way down to here in the Middle East. Ankara. Between them and Poland, we're really up against it here now, but we have begun our move into here. Now, we do have this fleet here, which we will retreat if need be, but also some of the councils saying moving down into Greece, maybe take Athens and give us this foothold onto here. But look what they've got available. My goodness me! I bet Istanbul is an absolute production mecca here.
Your Majesty.
But this army, this army group here is very strong indeed. Look at that. But we need additional forces. We've got to decide what we're going to do here. We can either move down into here and start attacking them in this way here, or we can move up and take this here. Oh my gosh, I've got Winged Hussars in there as well. Or we can start pressurising Vienna. Let's just move down here. Let's see what's going on. They've got nothing here at all. What about this way? Let's move down here. Let's just check out. Let's get some intel here. They've got nothing here at all. So this army is the only army they've got between them and Vienna. If we take Vienna, it would effectively cut this army these off. They'd have to go across this bridge here. But Vienna would give us a huge foothold here, potentially being able to strike across their rear lines here. I think we might head up this way.
Yes, sir.
Mind you, we probably don't need all of these troops to do that. Look at that force, it's extraordinary. I think probably having this force send them this way would probably be much, much better for us. So at that end, we might just... Let's just check out what's going on down here, shall we? Just for our own benefit here. Nothing in Belgrade, nothing in Serbia. Down here, we might find where most of the resistance is going to be.
That's not possible, sir.
But I think what we'll move.
Yes.
We'll move here with this army here to Priajor farmland here, just as
Forward.
we'll back them up with this army here.
At the ready.
And we do need a strong army with them.
Your orders. Your humble.
Yeah, this army would be absolutely perfect. So we'll just set them back, just slightly back here. I think we're going to aim for Vienna. Then these 2 armies here are going to move. Oh, we could take Belgrade straight off the march here. And we might then move down and try and move into Greece.
Prepare for battle. Siege them.
They should surrender. They've got to surrender.
Lifting siege.
Yes. Right, we've got to keep them. We've got to keep these forces together.
Ready and awaiting orders. March. Waiting for orders.
Excellent. So we're moving up this way here now and here, but look at this as well. We've cleared all of Italy. Italy is now ours. We've got the Spanish here, so we've got to be careful of those islands there. We've also cleared... Look at that, that was a pretty big fight that was, against the Savoy rebels. We've also got this army here. We need 2 more regiments here, which we'll put into place here. Look at that, we've also sieging Venice, which is an absolute wonder, it really is. If we can take these gentlemen here, if we can take Venice, all of Italy's under our control, and look at the production here, coming out of here. 9,478 here. 4,000. 4,900. 4,421. Naples, 7,000. Naples is well developed though. And also we've got all this down here as well from Naples. Lots of vineyards as well, but if we take what's Venice? Only 2,239, so they must be suffering resistance to foreign occupation. 12, okay, that's fair enough. They're going to resist us quite extensively here, but I think the war is having an impact on them here. But even then, they're still making money here, but there's no way a city of this magnitude, with this amount of trade opportunities, should be getting that coming in, with a tax rate of nearly 50% is extraordinary. So we're definitely going to move that into position, I think, very soon, my friends. Just double check here what everything going on, make sure everything is ticked on. Look at that. We've got a very powerful, extraordinarily powerful army group here in Madrid. Hasn't moved. They haven't moved, but they're slowly surrounding us, if you notice. They're slowly moving forces in to surround us. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have a battle very soon. But look at that. The resistance to foreign occupation is so high. It's extraordinary. I wouldn't be surprised if Spain doesn't try and take Madrid back off us again, but it'll cost them dear. All we need to do is buy time until we can get ourselves established here in the Balkans. Two regions have already fallen. Bosnia and Serbia have already fallen. We might head down this way and try and take Greece if possible. It'll give us an anchor here on the Mediterranean. And take Patras as well. Clear all the peninsula as it were here. Only a short hop, skip and a jump here across the Adriatic. And if we take Venice as well, my goodness me, what a wonder that'll be. Absolutely wonderful. If we take Venice here, it'll be extraordinary because it'll clear this flank entirely. Of course, you do have Spanish troops here. Probably heading to Paris, I wouldn't be surprised. But we can deal with that. So I think I'm going to end this episode here, my friends, but I think our next task will be to engage... Oh my goodness me, look at that. I think we'll send Field Marshal Urnak in to attack the city here. Yeah, we're going to take this fight for definite. But this will be next episode, my friends. As you can see, it's still not going to be an easy fight because they've got a number of Swiss line infantry here, 3 regiments, pikemen, which, and actually they got 4. Look at that, and these are all, yeah, these are this. I think I've got Marines as well. They've only got 1 conscript here, so this is going to be a very tough fight indeed. This is going to wear down these armies considerably, even though we outnumber them, but not by much. But the quality of these forces is vastly superior to what we have here. But we mustn't become complacent, because that will be our undoing. But we need to clear Venice. We will then allow these troops to replenish and repair. Then we'll send them probably down this way as well and try and put some pressure on this flank here. Try and get in around the Polish forces here and try and squeeze them here. Trying to surround them. We'll start moving more additional troops in here to solidify this area here, which is our weak. This is our weak spot here, just sort of north of Munich. And we might just move some troops in here to try and pressure and just poke and pressure the Poles a bit so that they know they can't just be here without a fight coming their way. But my friends, I'm going to leave this episode here. Hope you've enjoyed it as always, my friends. Thank you for your wonderful advice, your comments, your very kind words as well, my friends. They really do mean a lot. Your support has been absolutely phenomenal. It really has, for all my campaigns. But as always, my friends, whatever you're doing, please be safe. But until next time, bye for now.